Tonight is the first hearing, planning and zoning meeting of 2025. We have to elect officers. So we have to make motion for the president, vice president. So go ahead and,
I'd like to make a motion that the current officers serve for another year.
Second. Third. Fourth. Fifth.
okay. Okay,
All votes on you.
okay. So Marley, want to make a roll call?
Yep. This is for, I'm going to do a roll call first to make sure everybody's here. Chairman Agnew.
Yes.
Commissioner Bittner.
Here.
Commissioner Conley.
Here.
Commissioner Jarrett.
Here.
Commissioner Munson.
Here.
Commissioner Patrick.
Yes.
Commissioner Rich.
Here.
Commissioner Streifel.
Here.
Commissioner Zuruff. Okay, we have 8 in attendance tonight. Okay, the motion was to allow the present officers to stand and do 2025. Commissioner Bittner,
Yes.
Commissioner Conley,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Munson,
Yes.
Commissioner Patrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Rich,
Yes.
Commissioner Streifel,
Yes.
and Chairman.
Yes.
All approved.
All right, we'll move into the approval of the December 11th, 2024 minutes. They were in your packets. If there's any changes that are necessary, please, let's do that. Yes, Commissioner Patrick.
Move approval. Second.
All right, it's been moved approval by Commissioner Patrick, seconded by Commissioner Jarrett. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the minutes from the December 11th, 2024 meeting, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Hearing none, minutes are approved. We have no consent agenda tonight. We do have one public hearing, and so we'll move right into that public hearing. So if Mitch or Marla, if you want to take us through some of the details of this, and then we'll open up the public hearing to the public.
Okay, this is the application for the RH subdivision for final approval, and I do pass recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners. At the same time, we're doing the zoning change from A, agricultural, to C, commercial, and they're asking for approval and a do pass recommendation. Okay, this is the RRH subdivision and zoning change. It's the public hearing for Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, CEI Engineering in Dallas, and Moore Engineering in Bismarck are the engineering firms. The location is Sterling Township, Section 21, part of the Southwest One Corner, Lot A, irregular plat, 291884. The project size is 19 acres, more or less, and the property will be a fuel station and restaurant. Notification dates, they were posted in the Bismarck Tribune, December 31st and January 6th. The Burleigh County website, December 27th, and it was mailed to the surrounding property owners on December 26th. The history, Burleigh County has been working with Sterling Township regarding the Love's Travel Stops and Country Store for several months. Sterling Township was approached by Love's Travel Stops in placing a fuel station on a property located on I-94. Sterling Township Board has recommended approval of the construction of the store and fuel station. Burleigh County has received multiple calls from contractors regarding the permitting and inspection requirements for the site. Beginning in September, Building, Planning, and Zoning staff has had conversations with Sterling Township regarding development standards required for the state of North Dakota and Burleigh County. After several discussions with Lucas Lane, Supervisor Chair for Sterling Township, Burleigh County received a request from Sterling Township to conduct all permitting, inspections, and record-keeping for the site. Staff reviewed the proposed development plans for the 8,100 square foot convenience store and attached 2,700 square foot restaurant. Burleigh County staff requested to the owner's representatives that the property be platted. The property consists of 19 acres, more or less. A preliminary plat was reviewed on October 17th. The plat was approved for a public hearing by the Burleigh County Planning and Zoning Commission on November 13. The stormwater management plan has been approved. The zoning change from A agricultural to C commercial was a condition of the final plat. Petitioners were requested to submit a zoning change prior to the plat approval by the Board of Burleigh County Commissioners. Sterling Township has zoning jurisdiction, and they asked Burleigh County to conduct the zoning change for them. The zoning change was recommended for a public hearing on December 11th, 2024. Staff findings. This subdivision fulfills all the requirements of Article 33 of the Burleigh County zoning ordinances. A stormwater management plan has been approved. The final plat has been submitted to all reviewing entities, and all concerns and corrections have been addressed. A zoning change from A agricultural to C commercial has been requested. The zoning change fulfills the requirements of Article 16 of the Burleigh County zoning ordinances. This subdivision meets the requirements of the Burleigh County Comprehensive Plan. Article 2, Objective 2 and Objective 3, and Article 6, Objective 1 and Objective 2. The petition for a due pass recommendation for the RRH subdivision and the zoning change from A agricultural to C commercial meets all the administrative requirements of the Burleigh County zoning ordinances. Staff recommends approval of the final plat and the zoning change. The Planning Commission can approve the plat and our zoning change, giving a due pass recommendation to the Board of Burleigh County Commissioners. They can approve the final plat and our zoning change with conditions and give a due pass recommendation after all conditions have been completed. Deny the final plat and our zoning change with reason, or table the final plat and our zoning change for more information. And the location map is up on the monitor.
All right, thank you, Marla. Are there any questions for Marla before she steps away and we open the public hearing? Seeing none, thank you, Marla.
Yep. Sign-up sheets here.
Thank you. We will open the public hearing on the RRH subdivision and zoning change. I will, if anyone would like to approach the lectern and speak in this public hearing, please do. If you approach the lectern, please introduce yourself, let us know where you're from, and sign in on the sign-in sheet that is on the lectern. This public hearing is now open.
I just wanted to say hi to everybody. My name's Sean Baker. I represent Love's Travel Stops. And I just was, and I've already signed the ledger. I just took over this area. I cover most of the western U.S. and kind of ironic, I'm from Burleigh, Idaho. So I was wondering, I was going to say, how do I say this correctly? Is it Ellie like Burleigh or Burleigh? What are we doing here? So anyway, so I just want to say hi to everybody. I'll leave my contacts for everybody. And this is the engineer for the project, Rado, here. And any questions anybody has, anything that I can answer at this point?
Yes, questions for Sean. Commissioner Risch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Will it be open 24 hours a day?
Yes.
Can
All
I
our
get-
facilities are.
Can I buy minnows there?
Yes. There's like 3 flavors.
We're good. All right. we're
I was
getting
in
into-
operations for the company for 18 years before I went over to real estate 3 years ago. So I ran 15 of these locations all over the West.
All right. Any other questions for Sean before he steps away?
I'm sure you've
Mr.
seen
Chairman?
our most
Yes.
current site plan.
Commissioner Bittner, yes.
No, if he wants to continue, go ahead, but I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, what specific accommodations have you made for sewer, in that area? Maybe it's a better question for your engineer, but what's the sewage, either treatment or plan? Thank you.
Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Radu Netkov, CI Engineering. Marla, thank you for helping us with the process up to this point.
And where are you from?
I'm CI Engineering from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Thank you.
Yes. So regarding the sewer, we are proposing approximately 5-acre lagoon on the site, which will basically evaporate. That's the reason for the size, which is currently in review with the DEQ. And it went through one round of comments. We had very minor comments, which actually were not even on the lagoons, but this is the intent to treat the sewer on site with a 5-acre lagoon.
Okay.
Okay, so if I could continue, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so is there a permit or an actual written plan anywhere yet? Thank you.
The DEQ permit is not issued yet. Like I said, that's the only permit outstanding at this point. We expect to have it within a month.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Any other questions?
And we do whatever is required by the county, the DEQ, whatever they want, because it's different every state, every county, and we've got multiple different plans that we use for sewer septic systems, what to accommodate and for whatever's needed. We use a company most of the time called Apex to engineer and design them, and engineer fits it into our site plan and where it needs to go. So.
Okay.
Sure. Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Commissioner. Yes.
Okay, thanks. Just so you know, I anticipated that would be the answer, that you have a plan. It's just that at one time we approved a subdivision without knowing what the septic system plan was, and it ended up a type of system that would dump the effluent or the treated water directly into an overland creek. So that's why I'm asking now, because we got surprised by that. Thank you.
I can address this concern. That's not the plan with this design. Obviously, the 5-acre, like I said, will be lined lagoon, which will only rely on evaporation for
Sure.
getting drained.
Okay.
So there will be no contamination on the soil and dumping it to the creek.
Yes, Commissioner Patrick.
Well, I have a question. You talked about a lagoon and we're going to rely on evaporation, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, what are you going to do in the wintertime? Evaporation is minimal in the wintertime.
That is true, but that's why it is 5 acres. For a store of this size, 5-acre lagoon, that was actually... We asked another engineer to review the engineer we hired, because the 5-acre is extremely large lagoon for what we're putting in. And it is taking into consideration the evaporation or the lack of evaporation in the winter.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, thank you. If anyone else would like to speak in this public hearing, please approach the lectern. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and sign the sheet that's on the lectern. If anyone would like to speak in this public hearing on the RRH subdivision and zoning change, please do so now. This will be the last call for any input on the RRH subdivision and zoning change. If you would like to speak in this public hearing, please approach the lectern now. All right, seeing none, we will close the public hearing and move into discussion and action on this subdivision and zoning change. Any discussion?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Commissioner Bittner.
Thank you. I would move approval subject to the sewage plan and the permit being in place prior to final approval.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, it has been moved for approval of the final plat zoning change with the conditional to the permit for the sewage treatment. Is that kind of catch what you were
Close
after?
enough.
Okay, all right, all
Close
right.
enough.
That has been moved by Commissioner Bittner, has been seconded by Commissioner Patrick. Is there any discussion on the motion? Any discussion on the motion? Okay, seeing none, Marla, if you could move us into, or take us through, oh, yes?
Does the motion include the zoning change also?
Yes, the motion was for the
Yes.
approval of the final plat zoning change, conditional with the sewage permit.
Okay. I can do the vote now.
All right, if you could take us through the roll call.
Okay, a yes vote means you approve. Commissioner Streifel?
Yes.
Commissioner Bittner?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Patrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Rich?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarrett?
Yes.
Commissioner Munson?
Yes.
Chairman?
Yes.
All approved.
Okay, the RRH subdivision, final plat, zoning change, and the conditional approval on the permit, that is going to the county commission with a due pass recommendation. That is all for our public hearings tonight. We don't have anything in other business unless we need anything in other business right now. If not, all right, it's been moved adjournment by Commissioner Patrick, seconded by Commissioner Munson. Is there any opposition to adjournment? Hearing none, we're adjourned. Thank you.